Bonjour à tous et bienvenue sur entreprenante.com pour une nouvelle interview ici au web2day en partenariat avec Sigma qui vous propose de découvrir une autre vision du web. J'ai sur ce plateau Deborah Magid d'IBM. Hello Deborah.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well.
So you are at the web2day because you were in the jury for the Startup Weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I work for IBM
Yeah.
in a venture capital group, and my job is to handle relationships with venture capitalists and entrepreneurs all over the world on behalf of our software business. And there are a lot of venture capitalists and entrepreneurs in France, so I come to France quite often.
You made a talk about your job at IBM
Yes.
this morning. Yeah. Okay. So you work for IBM and you were in the jury for the startup contest here at the web2day. What
That's
did you
right.
think about the different pitches you saw in that competition?
I have to tell you that because of my job, I judge a lot of startup competitions in many different places, and the quality of companies here was particularly high. I know they were selected from a larger group. Whoever did the selection did a very good job, and I liked the fact that they were all very different. There was a good variety of things, and the quality of the presentations, just the way people pitched their companies, was also very high.
So you already choose the winners.
Yes.
As we are recording that show. Of course, I won't ask you who won, but what was the different points you looked to choose the winners?
We certainly liked ones that presented themselves well and could really speak about what they do and what their companies were. We liked the ones that were passionate about what they did and really believed in it, and also had really tested the market in some way. It doesn't mean they had to have a big product and a lot of customers, but at least they had a very good sense of what their stuff would be used for and who would use it. And then we were also impressed by really good design.
Was it hard to choose the winners?
It's always hard.
But
I think
was there one company which was really better than others and it was the winner and every member of the jury did agree with that? Or you had to discuss every company who were in that competition?
We did have a big discussion. There wasn't one thing that everybody thought was crap and one thing that everybody thought was, that's just the top. There was a lot of discussion about them. After some discussion, there were probably 4 or 5 or 6 that stood out above the rest. And then, of course, it was very hard to narrow that down.
Was it the first time you came in Nantes?
It is my first time in Nantes.
Did you already heard about some companies that are in Nantes, or was it the first time you have the opportunity to meet some?
I did not hear about specific companies before, but I had heard about Nantes. So I have some friends who are venture capitalists in Paris, and some of them come to Nantes to look at companies here and see if there are possible investments. So I knew that they would come here and look. And I had
the reputation of
yes,
Nantes.
there's a reputation. I had been at an event in Chantilly in the fall, and people were talking about Nantes, and one of the entrepreneurs here invited me, so I knew him. So that's one company from Nantes. It was Quentin Adam from Clever Cloud, so I had met him at another conference. But Nantes already, of course, has such a reputation for both entrepreneurship and the arts. And these are things that go together because of the level of creativity involved.
And what do you think about the event? What do you think about the web2day?
About what?
What do you think about the web2day? About the event?
The conference is fabulous, and I've heard that it's a few years old now, and it gets bigger, and I think maybe more professional every year. The production values were very good, the way it was set up, and actually I love the Stereolux building. It's very creative. It's kind of a cool space, and I go to a lot of events, a lot of conferences. This one is particularly nice.
Great, thank you very much for answering my questions.
It's a pleasure.
And when do you leave Nantes?
I leave Nantes tomorrow night on an evening train because I want to have the day to poke around Nantes.
Great, so have a nice trip here in Nantes.
Thank you.
And see you soon. Thank you very much. Et nous, on se retrouve très vite sur Entreprenante pour de nouvelles interviews ici depuis le web2day à Stereolux à Nantes.